guys? It's Tyson from AI Talk Pros, and we're back with part 2 of this funnel. As you can see, we're in Instantly, and we've imported some leads. So we're going to continue this. But now that we've imported leads, we have access to this little brain symbol here, AI prompts. So there's a lot we can do with this, and we're going to here in this video. But I do want to say, for those that don't know us, we are basically an AI call center. So we have human-like voice AI. It conducts full phone calls. So whatever you need it to do, whether that's sales, customer service, appointment setting, receptionist, does it all. But if you haven't seen part 1, I recommend going back and checking that and then follow along here for part 2. Now, the first thing that we're going to want to do is go in here to settings and put in our open API key. Now, if you don't have an open API key, I recommend creating one, of course, but we're going to go ahead and put that in now. So first, from the template hub, we're going to run the company name cleanup. Shows up right at the top. So we put company name from the fields in here, and then we have the output column. So let's generate for all leads. Boom. Now that's going to happen. Let's go back to our AI prompts. 1 second. Now we're also going to do general unique opening sentence. So we got to grab their website. That's from the columns we've imported. Generate for all leads. Perfect. Now we're also going to run the lead gen J. So we mentioned this before, but we're going to look at their industry right here. If we have it, if we don't, I'm going to have to add it to all these leads. So let me go ahead and add their industry. But basically what this is going to do is it is going to look at their industry, look for a competitor, and then put that in the headline. That way it's a very interesting headline that they're most likely to open. So let me go ahead and add that to these leads since they're on the same industry. Now, unfortunately, and I'm going to have to fix this on my next CSV upload, is for industry, we're trying to do car dealerships. I'm having to manually do a custom variable, type in industry as the variable name, and then car dealership. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to each of these, but in the next one, I will change that and make that a column in the CSV file. 1 minute. So the downside is, as we're going through this list, we have a lot of these that say invalid, won't be contacted, and we have risky ones as well. So we use Seamless AI as our lead source. And as you can see, it seemed to pull all this information just fine. But when we exported it, put it into Instantly, there's a lot of these that it says it won't contact or that they're even risky. So we may have to find a better lead source. We may use Scrape Table instead. Just seemed like I was going to have to do a lot more manual work. So we'll judge that. But regardless, we want to get this campaign out, and we will do that here shortly. So on to the next step. So we're back to this now. So now that we have added industry as a variable, we've done that. Company name, we've done that. And then we have the output column. So we're going to generate this for all leads. Perfect. Now next. All right, so now we're on the subject line in the sequences, and we're going to add their company name. And we're also going to add that find competitor, general company. Didn't actually populate, so I'm going to go back and generate that one more time. All right, so we've gone ahead and saved what we have so far, and now it's populating after we refresh the page. So we have an interesting headline. So hopefully this gets some opens. Let's keep going. So I want to save what we have so far, but we're also going to, we might reference this, but we're going to go hello, and then put their first name, and then we'll put comma, and then we're going to use that general unique opening sentence that we generated. See what that comes up with. All right, so we've got our first email written here. We also have this AI generator, as we've explored before. That'll generate a whole new sequence. We have our templates, of course, which we've already used one. We have variables. Probably going to have to go with signature down here. So let's put in a signature, variables, which I'm probably going to need to go into settings and create that signature, but that's fine. Want it, clean HTML, insert link, which we've already done. Rich, code view, perfect. All right. So that is the first one. Now we have the second one. Okay. We're probably going to use something very much the same across all these, just with a slight variation to the whole thing. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste all of this into each of these following ones, probably with a different headline, and then slightly change the verbiage using some of the suggestions from this template. And then the final one is going to be the most different. So we'll go ahead and start going through that. Actually, while we're at it, because whenever I pause the thing just so you guys know, so that you don't have to sit here and watch me do all this stuff, waste your time, speeds up the video a little bit. But it always puts something right here on the screen, and I can't scroll here, and it covers exactly what I need. So let's go ahead and throw in that signature just so we have it. Actually, hold on. Did I do it? Yeah, I did. So that's in there, but I will need to populate that account signature. So we're going to go and do that. But let's go ahead and copy all this, and then we'll throw that into the next one, and I'll just keep it going. All right, so the second email is written. A lot of similarities, but some key differences. Coconut, calm down. So that's the cat, guys. Anyway, we'll save that. And we'll move on to the next one while Coconut learns how to be quiet. 1 minute. Okay, we got our third email. That was fairly simple. Looks like he's still trying to save. Hopefully we don't have to do it again. Hold on. I'm going to pull up a notepad on the side, copy it over in case we have to paste it back in. Yeah, it crashed, so I had to put it back in. Other thing too is every time we copy and paste this link, it doesn't carry over. So I have to go to the insert link and type in the https:// every time. But we have something here. So now let's save it. And we're going to go to that final one, which is going to be a little different, but let's still copy everything that we have here for reference. Come down here, fourth one, paste that in, and let's piece this together. All right, guys, so we have the final email. I have a couple of grammar things I guess we can fix. Don't really care about that. It's fine. Okay, more grammar. Anyways, save that. So a couple things we need to do. We need to send this out, but first we need to get that account signature on here and double check that we like everything. And then it'll be down to importing more leads. But we have the funnels in place, the funnel settings. We have the automated calling. We have this. So as soon as this runs, people receive the email, they start clicking, we're going to be looking good. So let's go do that signature. All right, guys, we like it. So we have headlines, we have emails, we have links, we've uploaded leads. Look at the schedule here. We're going to send based on Eastern time. Let's go as late as 7:30 p.m. And in the morning, let's go as early as 7:30 a.m. It's a 12-hour send window. Dealerships are open weekends, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, no end date, schedule, boom, save. Now we can resume the campaign. I think. Leads, options. I probably have to send these again or add these again. Okay. Sick. Tracking, delivery optimization. It is recommended, but then we don't have our links in there. So we're going to go ahead and leave that off. Daily limits, fine. Let's go save first, just to be safe. Launch, publish. Boom, it's going out. All of our accounts are still on the warm-up period, which is fine. And like I said, we need to add a lot more leads in here. But let's go just configure a couple things inside of Go High Level. All right, had to pop our favicon in here. We've got the dealership funnel. We have to go fix a couple domains. Also going to drop our tracking codes in here from Google and Facebook. Let's save this before we do that. All right, that's in. Save it again. We had it on another funnel, so it wasn't too difficult. And we've got it in there. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. We have in the settings for our page, the overall link to the funnel, but these pages have these weird wonky, so if we don't want them seeing that in the address bar, we want to change that up. And that's just because of the split testing ability here. So one way to do that, opt-in page, we're going to change that to make it lowercase just so it's not crazy. And in case we want to split test this in the future, we'll make it V1. That's not too off-putting. Update that step. Cool. Now you can see how that cleans it up. Now we want to do it for this page. Leave the step name. In fact, I could have even left that as opt-in page, but it's fine. But it's this URL that you really want to change. Let's put this to because when we do this for other industries, we don't want kind of a lot of confusing stuff. Although also this isn't like the first page we want anyone to land on anyway, so we don't want somebody typing this in. But this in the address bar won't be too off-putting. So we'll just update the step to say that. URL. Then we've got the thank you page, publishing, thank you, say something like that. That's good enough. This is live. Guys, we've only sent out like maybe 5 emails max. So the next step is to get a lot more leads in there, send a lot more emails. You spend a lot of money on the software, on the lead gen, and on everything else. So we want to get as much of that in as we can. So I'm going to focus on that next. But this funnel's launched, and you've seen how it works. There is a little bit more follow-up to create here, so I'm going to create another agent that will conduct the meeting call. I'll connect that so whenever somebody books one of those 15-minute appointments on the calendar, there's going to be a workflow that automatically follows up with them, and it's going to chat with them for 15 minutes, get them in, get some more information about their dealership. Then we can decide whether or not they are a candidate that we would like to work with. Again, if you're a dealership watching this, hey, we'd love to help you. Basically, how that system is going to work is, I don't know if you guys know this, but dealerships, they're all listing their cars across websites online, and they have what's called a BDC. So as that BDC receives new leads from somebody inquiring online, it's usually just an autofill form where they say, hey, is this car still available? And the BDC is going to email them, text them, call them, and say, hey, yeah, when would you like to come see it? They try to get them in the door. Well, how we're changing the game on that is we're able to contact every single brand new lead that comes in via phone within 1 minute. And it sounds like a real human. It never gets angry. It never gets commission breath. It's just focused on qualifying them and getting them in the door. So that's the difference that this is going to make. We can also do the automated text messaging and emailing as well. That's something that we'll offer down the road to our clients. But for these initial three, to generate the case study, we're just going to focus on the phone calls. And then as we build out that system, and we have for others, it's just something that has to be tailored to dealerships. But the biggest impact that's going to immediately happen will come from this. But then people will get a call. They'll say, hey, yeah, I'm still interested in that Bronco. I literally just submitted that form 1 minute ago. And it'll ask them when they can come down. They'll go down to the dealership. They'll see it. And just depends on the dealer. Some dealers have a fairly low close rate on appointments, which is kind of sad, actually, around 20%. Others do 50% or more of every appointment that comes in, which is really where they should be. So if we're sending them in high quality, qualified appointments, and before the person gets a chance to click over, start looking at another car, they're already getting a call. Well, they're going to come in, and more than half the time, if the dealer does their job, that person's going to buy. And again, we know it's a qualified appointment because on the call we can say, hey, I need a ballpark on your credit score just to make sure we can make this deal happen for you if you end up liking the car. And if the person's like, say, under 680 or something, then it's going to redirect them, maybe go for a different vehicle, different option, but they're obviously not going to go in and get their dream car. And if they're 700, 720 plus, well, you know, they have their choice of whatever they'd like to get at the dealership, so long as they have the down payment. So yeah, that's how we're doing it, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully it inspires you for your own things. And again, if you'd like to work with us, AI Talk Pros, look at our description, our profiles, come to our website, get in touch with us, and we'll discuss how we might be able to build something similar for your business. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think that's it for now, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one.